I had always been a skeptic, dismissing the stories and sightings of the Mothman as mere urban legends. But that all changed one cold, foggy night in November, when I came face to face with the creature that haunts the small town of Point Pleasant. It started with a phone call from my friend, Mark. He was always the adventurous type, constantly seeking out new thrills and unexplained phenomena. This time, he claimed to have found the ultimate adrenaline rush. Mothman sighting in an abandoned TNT factory on the outskirts of town. I reluctantly agreed to join him, more out of a desire to prove him wrong than anything else. We drove out to the factory in silence, the air thick with anticipation. The crumbling building loomed ahead, its broken windows and rusted exterior adding to the eerie atmosphere. We parked the car and stepped out, our breath visible in the cold night air. As we approached the entrance, the hairs on the back of my neck stood up. Something about this place felt wrong. Mark led the way, his flashlight cutting through the darkness as we navigated the labyrinth of corridors and rooms. The silence was oppressive, broken only by the occasional drip of water from the ceiling. We were deep in the heart of the factory when Mark suddenly stopped, his flashlight beam fixed on something in the distance. "There," he whispered, pointing to a shadowy figure at the far end of the room. Squinted, trying to make out what he was seeing. My heart skipped a beat as I saw it. A tall, humanoid figure with glowing red eyes. It stood motionless, watching us with an intensity that made my skin crawl. "Mark, let's get out of here," I hissed, my voice trembling. But he was already moving forward, his curiosity outweighing his fear. I had no choice but to follow, my eyes never leaving the creature. As we got closer, I could see more details. Its skin was a dark, leathery texture, and it had large, bat-like wings folded behind it. Suddenly, the creature let out a high-pitched screech, its wings unfurling in a dramatic display. The sound echoed through the factory, sending a shiver down my spine. Mark froze, his bravado evaporating in an instant. I grabbed his arm and pulled him back, my mind screaming for us to run. We sprinted back the way we came, the sound of the creature's wings flapping behind us. I could hear its claws scraping against the concrete floor, growing closer with each passing second. My lungs burned, my legs felt like lead. But I pushed on, driven by sheer terror. We burst out of the factory and into the night. Not daring to look back, the car was just ahead, a beacon of safety in the darkness. We scrambled inside, slamming the doors shut and locking them. Mark fumbled with the keys, finally getting the engine to roar to life. We sped away, leaving the factory and whatever was inside it behind. In the days that followed, I tried to rationalize what we had seen. Maybe it was a trick of the light, or our imaginations running wild. But deep down, I knew the truth. The Mothman was real, and we had been lucky to escape with our lives. Now, every time I drive past that old factory, I can't help but glance over, half expecting to see those glowing red eyes watching me from the shadows. And every time, I feel a chill run down my spine. A reminder that some legends are more than just stories.